Hello, it's ALIMECH. In today's video, we are strengthening my Toyota Camry's body stabilization with installing my custom strut brace kit. So the strengthening kit includes 2 front braces reinforcing subframe with the chassis, lower back subframe brace reinforcing subframe with the chassis, mid tie rod, and front tower strut bar. So the braces comes in a package, each brace in bubble wrap and plastic so it doesn't touch each other and scratch. The braces are aluminum and powder coated. Different colors are available. I could go with blue as well, but red looks cooler when the hood is open. Here is the lower subframe strut. You will be able to lift it with one hand. All the braces made of lightweight aluminum. Additional nuts and bolts comes with the kit, and I will show you where you're gonna use them. I'm gonna start with installing front lower strut brace. Now we need to lift the car and put it on a jack stand. I'm using biggest jack stand I have. It will be easier to work under the car and film at the same time. We need to remove the cover to get access to the subframe for installing front lower strut brace. So the lower front strut braces will be mounted on these 2 bolts, strengthening between the subframe and the chassis. We just need to remove these 2 bolts, put the brace and bolt it back on. So we need to put the jack under the subframe. When we remove one bolt of the subframe, it doesn't lower that corner of the subframe and put the engine's weight stress on other corners. Subframe bolt came out rusty. I will be using WD-40 to clean the rust up, and I'm not using any Loctite for now because I may remove it if the fitment not correct, so I'm still working on it. As you can see, the installation is very easy. I just removed the bolts, put the lower strut brace on, and then torque the bolts back. So I did the same procedure for the passenger side as well and torque the bolts back. Next, lower subframe brace. It will be bolted on the subframe bolt and 2 bolts on the chassis from each side with the additional bolts and nuts that comes with the kit. You just need to remove these plugs and the square nuts goes in the chassis like this. You will get 2 nut sizes, design it on these 2 holes on the chassis. Once they are in, it won't twist when we bolt the strut bar on. This one is very easy. We just need to remove these 2 90mm subframe bolts. Put the brace on with 2 additional bolts on the chassis. But remember, the jack has to support the subframe when we remove the subframe bolts. Alright, lower subframe is done. It feels solid, just like one piece with the chassis. Next is the middle tie rod. It will be bolted on the chassis from side to side and eliminate chassis flex. You already have holes on the chassis. Just remove the plugs and use additional square nuts and the bolts. We are almost done here. The middle tie rod and the subframe strut will also give a good protection if you are doing off-road. It will be the first thing to hit and not damage the side covers. The installation under the car is done. Now we're gonna put the cover back on and then lower the car. And the last installation is front tower strut bar. For this, you just undo the shock mount nuts. You don't need to jack up the car for this. You just remove the nuts and put the plate on both sides. For now, I'm not gonna tighten back the nuts. I'm just gonna keep them loose for both sides until I put the bar on. One of the important things to keep in mind when you're installing chassis strengthening kit, make sure the car at the flat level, even if it's on a jack stand. I will be posting on my Facebook page and Instagram when it will be available for purchasing with my logo. There will be multiple different colors to choose matching your car's color. The kit I'm using today will fit on Toyota Camry from 2006 to 2017 models. I will also install one on 2019 Toyota Camry and it will fit from 2018 to 2021 models. Alright, we are all done. The whole kit being installed on the car and all the bolts and nuts being torqued to the factory spec again. Now we're gonna take it outside for a test drive to see if all these chassis braces did any difference on driving. First time when you're driving your car again, you will feel something different with your car. It really makes a difference with chassis flex. Let me know what you guys think about this. Have you installed any chassis strengthening on your car before? As I mentioned before, I will be posting on my Facebook page and Instagram when it will be available for purchasing. Hope you guys found the video useful and learned something new. If it was, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.